What'd you do?
I heard my. We're alive. Okay, so we are getting ready to be live here in 30 seconds or so. So tune in today because today's a little bit special. A week in review with Jaime and
Sara,
and we're going to be talking with Glenda and introducing you to her. So get ready. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
You fix the curtain.
Okay, so we're back. We're in an incredibly uncomfortable position this morning, but that's okay.
I'm fine.
She's fine. I'm stressing a little bit. I don't like being confined, and I'm confined right now. But, that's part of being vulnerable, letting you know who we are and how we're feeling right now.
We're feeling very not monochromatic. Well, kind of, but we don't do this on purpose, but we seem to get up in the morning and we put on the same colored shirt.
Yeah, we planned this. So thanks for tuning in. This is Live with Bottleneck. I am Jaime and this is
Sara.
And we're here to help stop the bottleneck in your business by telling you what we've done as far as this special edition is called A Week in Review. What happened this week? What were some of the challenges we faced? How did we overcome those challenges? What were some of the wins? And what did we do to celebrate those wins? And then, what are we going to be doing next week? And usually we have an underlying theme that we surround ourselves with throughout our discussions. This week, we thought we'd kind of throw all that out the window a little bit. Not all of it, because we're going to be talking about it, but introduce you to our newest team member.
Yeah, super excited.
This is fun. This is like a first ever. So in case you don't know, my lovely wife, Sara, who does not like this picture anymore, so we'll be changing the picture pretty soon. But we do what is called a week in review. And then every single week, we try to keep it real, keep it new, keep it fresh. And so this week, we're going to be introducing you to Glenda Acevedo, and she is our new Director of Business Development, and we're really excited to bring her on.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Should we bring her in?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Glenda.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're super excited to have you on. This is a lot of fun. We're here in Springfield, Missouri, where it was minus 15 a week ago and 70 degrees the day before yesterday. And you're in sunny Florida.
I am. And it's been warm here, so I've enjoyed watching you guys up there. You've been freezing to death, and I've been gloating that it's really warm here. Enticing you to come to Florida.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so we are super excited to introduce you. And learn a little bit more about you. And I wonder, maybe, Sara, you could talk a little bit before about what you think since Glenda's come on board and how that's helped us and, how it makes Bottleneck a little bit different.
So the first thing is she fits in well with the team. She's like, she slid right in, she was right in with she's quick to become a team member. So that made it super easy transition. And she thinks outside the box and she gives a new perspective and she looks at things. She's like, ooh, we could tweak this, or wait, why are you doing that? We could combine that with this and we could make this more efficient. And I am all about efficiency. I don't like, and I talk too much, but when it comes to words and verbiage, I want it short and succinct. I don't, and Glenda has come in and done that, and she's just been amazing with it.
Yeah, it's so true. So both of us want to say thank you so much, first and foremost, Glenda, because you've come in and kind of rocked the boat a little bit. And that's, I think, what we've needed. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love where we were but we just love your tenacity, your passion, and all of that. And I just wanted to kind of share that with everybody that's here. And by the way, before Glenda introduces herself and tells you a little bit more about her story, if you have any questions or comments, please ask away. And just know that we're trying to be as vulnerable as possible. We're showing you, our internal operations, what we want to do, where our challenges are, things like that, in the hopes that it might help stop the bottleneck in your business. Maybe this can help you. Or if you find something that, hey, you know what, that happened to us and this is what we did, share away. We're sponges. We love soaking up that, stuff, opportunities. All we're trying to do is do better for our clients, do better for our team, do better for our vendors, do better for everyone. That's our goal, is we want to make, this world a better place. And it may seem cheesy to a lot of people, but I've actually seen the benefits from some of our clients that have used our system that has actually freed up time in their lives. They've grown closer personally with their spouse, and spent more time with their kids. I mean, there's a massive positive ripple effect that's happening here. So it's a lot more than just that. But I want to get back to grassroots level here and kind of introduce you to Glenda. And Glenda, if maybe you want to talk about a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your background. We'd love to kind of introduce you to, our audience.
Thank you. And I just want to say thank you to you guys. You've been very supportive since I've come on board. The entire team has, which has made it very easy for me to transition into your company. I spent the prior 18 years in corporate America working for a Fortune 100 company. And so it wasn't as intimate of relationships as what it is here. And I have to say that I absolutely love working with Jaime and Sara and with the team. Everyone really, like I said, has been supportive. And actually, I came to them kind of in a unique situation. The past 10 years, I've actually had to leave my job, and because of health issues. And I was on disability for the past 10 plus years. And I recently decided to utilize the Ticket to Work program and actually go back to work because I felt like it was time and that my health had improved enough. And Jaime and Sara were kind enough to give me an opportunity to come back. And so I'm very thankful to them for that opportunity. And I hope that I can bring everything I've got as a salesperson for spending over 25 years in sales prior to this. And I have definitely come in and rocked the boat a bit with changing up the sales process, different ways. We're doing presentations differently. And so I've definitely rocked the boat, but they could not have been more supportive in everything and all the changes that I've made. And so I look forward to taking Bottleneck to the next level and bringing on a lot of new customers. So please contact us. Let us help you stop the bottleneck in your business.
I love it.
Yeah.
Right. Here's one thing that if you know me and you know Sara, then you'll know Glenda. We're very careful about who we want to work with in the organization. And by the way, that goes for clients and vendors as well. So I'm a huge fan of leading with kindness, knowing that I'm so glad that Glenda is here, and I'm so glad that it's not pushing, but she's really trying to get people into this organization so that their business turns around. Like, it's all the best intentions. And there's a big difference between persuading, manipulation, which we've talked about on earlier episodes. But her persuasion techniques are not selfish. Her persuasion techniques are totally to support that business, the growth of that business. And that's who we are. We want to make sure that if you make a decision to do something, that it is indeed the right decision. And Glenda has actually heard me talk somebody out of working with us.
I tried to anyway.
I tried to. They're still on board. But I literally said, yeah, this is probably we're not a good match for you, but I really want, yeah, but I could recommend. And Glenda's just like, Jaime, just say yes. Like, it's okay. Do you remember that?
Well, and we hold the hands of our customers from the very beginning of the process throughout the first 90 days with the customer. And we start out by doing consultations with our customers so that we can get a clear understanding of their company, their struggles, and how we can help them, and what an assistant can actually do to come in and to take off some of the work that they're currently doing. A lot of our customers spend the majority of their day responding to emails, managing their calendars, taking phone calls, following up on customer resolution, and all of these types of things can be handled by an assistant. And Jaime is a perfect example of that. I love the way that he uses his assistant, Raina. She actually comes in 2 hours before Jaime starts every day and goes through his email, responds to emails, organizes his calendar. And when Jaime comes in every day, he can actually begin his day by focusing on what needs to be done for the business and meeting with our clients. So you can do the same thing. Let our assistants come into your business, let them support you so that you can get back to doing your best work and focusing on growing your business. That's why we're here.
Yeah, well said.
Exactly. What questions do you have for Glenda?
So what drew you to Bottleneck, and why do you feel like you fit in? I know why I feel like you fit in, but how do you feel about fitting in within? I hate to use culture because I don't like buzzwords, but it is our
I think it is. I think it has a lot to do with culture, because I lead from the heart and I lead with kindness, and I would never want to misguide anyone. I only want to work with people to help them. And you have to do that through kindness, because if you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure from the very beginning. And I think coming to Bottleneck, I felt that from the very first time that I met Jaime and interviewed with him. And as I even before I accepted the position, you guys invited me to a team meeting to allow me to meet the team, get a better understanding of who you were, how you do business, and your philosophy behind that, and the fact that we try to make the best decisions for our company, for our employees, and for our customers. So I think everyone has to be on the same page, and that it has to benefit everybody, and it has to be a win-win. And so I think if you get up every day and you model your business based on those ideals, then everyone does win. And I really like that that's one thing that really attracted me to your company, is the way that you do business, the way that you deliver your message, and the way that you're there for your customers. Because as a salesperson, it doesn't matter how much I sell if we cannot deliver to the customer, and if we cannot retain the customer. And so we have to be good at everything we do, and we have to have a team to back up everything we say. And so we have to be there. And everyone that I've worked with, from Jovelyn, who's my success manager, to Rachel, who's our recruitment manager, everyone plays on the same team. So it's not about my win, it's about our wins. And so I love being a part of the team.
I think that's wonderful. I have a question. So yesterday or Tuesday in our operations meeting, maybe it was the operations meeting, you made a comment and you said, I have never had training this thorough, ever.
That's absolutely right. Even after being in corporate America, working for a very large company and going through tons and tons and tons of training, I've never had the training that you guys have done with me here. It's actually workflow. It's all about workflows and processes, which, by the way, we do this for all of our customers as well. It's our value proposition to our customers is, if you hire us, we will go in and your DA will take on a project, which will be, as she's trained, as he or she is trained, they will also, on the backside of that training, through each phase, build out your workflows and processes, which, by the way, is down to the mouse click. And so I started on January 4th, and within about 2 weeks, because of the workflows and processes that you have in place, I had pretty much learned your systems step by step, had my email set up to my email signatures, to learning Basecamp, to learning HubSpot, to learning absolutely everything. And I mean, I can't even begin to tell you about the sales process that they've trained me on, because even after being in sales for more than 25 years, I've never had anyone train me to the level of, if the customer says yes, you take them on this path. If they say no, you take them on this path. If they say this, then you do this. If they do that, then you do this. And so I feel like we could hire anyone with or without sales experience. And because of the training that you guys have taken the time to put in place, anybody would be able to walk through that and know how to respond to one of your customers, which is just absolutely amazing to me that you can put a training program to that detail in place.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have to have someone with a personality, someone that's willing to talk to customers, someone that's willing to ask for it. But I mean, come on, all the way down to what ifs. And I mean, it was mind blowing. It's called mind mapping, but it was mind blowing, honestly.
Yeah, right. Well, and we have to say thank you to you as well. And by the way, Chuck Bowser III says great training is the foundation for a successful employee-employer relationship.
Absolutely.
So true. Absolutely true.
And that's why we do this for our customers. And it is an option. We've decided that it is an option because not all customers need this done, but the majority of smaller customers have not taken the time, nor do they know how to go about creating the workflows and processes. And our DAs actually go through training so that they know how to go into your company and create these company documents for you. And we deliver this back to our customers in an electronic format because it's a living, breathing document, because we recognize that processes and workflows are constantly changing. And so we give this document back to you. If you actually had to go out and hire a consultant to come in to do this for your company, I'm sure it would cost you tens of thousands of dollars to have someone do this. And we do this absolutely free as part of the process when you hire an assistant from us.
Yep.
So hire an assistant, part-time even, and you'll get this internal process done for you, which will add a great value to your company.
Yeah, it really is. And we have to go right back at you and say thank you, because you've been instrumental in helping us tweak a little bit of the friction points that we've had. So it's been able to make that process even better. So I think that's part of it, right? Collaborating on the greater good, and not having anybody that's too caught up in their own ego to say, oh my gosh, we can't do that. That was my idea. And we don't have that here, which I think is really good. It really helps us grow a lot quicker. It helps us kind of, zig instead of zag sometimes, do little deeks here and there. I think it's a really good attribute, I think, of our team, and it says a lot for us. And so hopefully that says a lot for our client. Like you said, we can actually can build this stuff out for you if you don't have it. Even at the higher levels, you and I have both been in corporate America.
Yes.
We've all been in corporate America. We understand, there's workflows and systems galore there. But I'll tell you, even in my experience, I didn't have a step-by-step laid out for me. There was workflows on how do you communicate with HR, right?
Yeah.
How do you do that? But your job, no. Maybe here's a script. Open up the yellow pages, go. This is what you say. Don't vary from that script. It's just like, okay, that's not really training. So even at higher levels, we can get that personal assistant in there to personally develop the landscape and a step-by-step approach for that high-level executive or team leader, whoever that is, to really, really, really drill down on the processes for the role and responsibilities of that given position.
Absolutely, which makes our company a perfect candidate for even people that are wanting customer service agents. If you do not have your sales process in place, allow us to help you with that. We can go in, You tell us what your workflows and processes are. We can help you create the training before you even hire your CSRs. We can hire one personal assistant to help work out all of these workflows and processes, and then we can supply the assistants for you to answer the phones, to know how to react to customers. We can do all of that for you. No matter what industry you're in, we have the ability to help you.
Yeah. So what do you say to those people? And then you can take next question because I've been kind of dominating. And I apologize. What do you say to people that say, you know what, I need to find a rock star. I don't have time to train. Just find somebody that knows what to do. What do you say to those people? Because there's a lot of those people out there.
There, absolutely. And they depend on us to find that rock star for them. And we have an application process in place. It's actually a 7-step application process. And they go through rigorous interviews. They have to be able to not only answer questions, but they have to perform tasks. And so we go out, we take your information that we gather through the consultation. And after we have a good understanding of what you need an assistant to do for you, we actually source our candidates based on that information so that when we hire a candidate, we're hiring them based on your specific needs, no matter what the need is. If you're wanting to do email management, calendar management, booking your travel, project management, whatever the needs are, we source the candidate based on that information. We also have a vetting process where we do personal interviews. We understand their personal profile. We gather background information. So we are really diligent in what we do to find that right candidate for you. You don't have the time. Most employers do not have the process in place that we do. And at this point, Jaime, you've interviewed over 1,000 candidates, so you know how to select the right candidate, and you've put those processes in place for all of us. So when a candidate interviews, only about 20% of the candidates we interview actually make it through our hiring process. So we're very selective. So when you come to us, we are going to do our job, and we are going to select the right candidate for you to the best of our ability.
No, I love that. I love that. And I will go on the back end of that. A lot of people are asking, I want to hire a rock star. I don't have time to train. But I think it's really important that because we're laying out this 90-day implementation plan that includes training and setting aside, it is paramount, in my opinion, that whomever it is that hires somebody either finds a point of contact or they themselves train these people.
That's
we have
correct.
A program for that to kind of optimize or maximize their time.
Yes. Basically, during the consultation, we take all of the tasks that you're going to train on, and we prioritize those tasks with you and put together the 90-day implementation plan, which in a sense is a training agenda. And so we actually prioritize the first 90 days with us. There's 3 phases. During the first phase, the first 2 weeks of each phase, you'll actually be training your candidate on the task. You'll spend a half hour to an hour a day actually training your candidate on the task. The back half of each one of those phases is when the candidate is taking that hour of training time each day and then building out the workflows and processes for you. So by the time that we walk you through the first 90 days, we have follow-up meetings with you every 2 weeks. So by the time we get you through the first 90 days, your candidate will have learned anywhere from approximately 15 tasks. They will have built out 10 to 20 different workflows, and they'll be able to work for you and do the majority of everything. And they're going to be, at that point, being you're the one training them, they will be very efficient at their job because they've learned the way that you do things, and they're following your lead and building it out exactly so they understand your voice, your point of view, and your values. And so they're going to be able to respond just as though it was you because they spend enough time with you that they understand you. And that's how we can have a personal assistant come in and work with you and even manage your emails for you and your calendar. Because by the time they work with you for a certain length of time, they understand who you are and they know your voice. They know how to respond. And most of the time, customers can't tell the difference on who's responding, you or your DA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question. So, oh, I just forgot it. Oh my
Uh-oh.
Lord. I got to thinking about what you said. Oh, so many people, they've never hired before, or they've hired and it's been a disaster and they're afraid, and it's because they don't know the questions to ask. They don't know what red flags to look for. So what do you do in that instance when you can tell? I mean, you can feel it. You're like, oh, they're scared. They don't know what to do here.
Actually, we have an entire pamphlet put together on red flags so that when we put our candidates through the hiring process, we can identify what red flags come up with that candidate based on our research. And so if a candidate isn't dressed appropriately for an interview, if they're not sitting up and looking into the camera, if they are in a messy environment, or if they do not answer the questions the way that they should be answering the questions, or if they cannot do the task, we have been through the interviewing process enough that we've actually got it down to a science. And we've put all of that in writing. So we actually train, and we have a recruitment manager who knows how to go through the interviewing process, has become a pro at interviewing our candidates. So you don't have to worry about being a pro at interviewing candidates. We're doing it for you.
Right.
However, they will have an opportunity to meet the candidate, review the candidate's profile package, and interview the candidate before they decide to select them and to move forward with us. So we always want to give our customers that opportunity and the last say. We just make the recommendation and leave the rest of it up to them. But I will tell you that most customers, after they meet the candidates, the majority of customers move forward with the candidates that we've selected because they feel like it's a really great match.
Right. So do you have helpful questions? Do you help the client during the interview process, provide some questions? You might want to ask these questions. These are some helpful questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We actually provide the customer with a candidate profile package, and based on our understanding of the tasks that they're going to do, we can recommend sometimes questions they ask. We also give the customer an opportunity if there are certain things that they would like to see the candidate try while we're on the call with them, whether it's be logging into a computer and doing certain tasks to prove that they have the computer skills they say they do. We will give the customer that opportunity as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Because we want them to be perfectly comfortable with the candidate that we've selected for them. So we're open to allowing you to add in questions or tasks during the interviewing process.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So thank you so much for the background and helping kind of tell the story of Bottleneck. It's been fantastic. So maybe we can include you with this next little segment too, because we always are going to talk about, maybe we can name one of the challenges that we had, since there's three of us here, and we're coming towards the end of the half hour. What was your biggest challenge this week?
My biggest challenge was banks.
Banks.
Banks and access, and there's so many security protocols to go through, and when you're the bookkeeper and there's different companies, and it's that was my challenge.
A little frustrating.
Yeah, it can be very frustrating, but you just have to go through the process, and you have to embrace the fact that it's for our security that I'm having to jump through these hoops. But boy, is it a pain when I have to do it.
So did you overcome it?
I'm actually waiting for a text message to overcome right now. I need a 6-digit code.
Well, I would say one of my biggest challenges was, as you may or may not know, I'm writing a book, and it has to do with a business book. And a lot of what we talked about today is in there, in the answers, knowing what questions to ask, and more importantly, what to look for in the answers to see if that's going to align with your belief system and your company culture. A lot of neat things in there. So a ton of research. You can ask her. I was a little stressed with deadline. The publisher gave me, got to have it in by this date. And I was a little stressed, and thanks to Glenda and the team, they were there to back me up, and they took a lot of the appointments off my calendar so I could actually do it. And thumbs up, was able to get it submitted. So I'm going to be a published author, which is pretty awesome.
That's exciting.
but it has a lot to do with the team. So that was one of my biggest challenges, I think, of last week.
And I got my husband back.
She got
Yay.
Until 10, 11, midnight.
Yeah, it feels good to finish that. So what about you, Glenda? Biggest challenge?
Probably my biggest challenge over the past couple of weeks is a bottleneck in my sales funnel. And what I did about it basically was changed our selling, the way that we sell to our customers to prevent the bottleneck from being there. So basically, I went back to the drawing board, reviewed our sales process and what we could do differently, and brought it back to you for your approval. But basically, we've been able to completely change the way we sell to our customers. And hopefully we'll reduce the turnaround cycle, the selling cycle for our customers from approximately 4 weeks down to about 2 weeks is our goal.
Yeah.
So that we can serve our customers sooner. Because basically that's what it boils down to. It's not so much a matter of being able to bring customers on board quicker. It's more about how can we be more effective at serving our customers. When they come to us, they need DAs, they need help. And they need an assistant in place as quickly as possible. So we really needed to review that process to see what can we do different to provide better service to our customers. So hopefully we've done that now. And going forward, we will be providing better service to them.
Yeah.
And a quicker turnaround.
So that was a good challenge. So what do you have coming up this week?
This coming week, boy, I am working on a new not business model, but a branch of our business. I'm kind of, this is kind of my baby. I'm kind of come up with this and nobody knows about it but me and Jaime. So we'll see how it goes. I'm working on the processes right now.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So yeah, we're excited about that. I think this week coming up, I'm dedicating a lot of my time. This week I used a lot of time to write out scripts. Next week I'm going to be doing a lot of videos and actually doing the actual recording and getting those videos done for some of our new products, some of our Bottleneck TV that's coming out. So we're really, really excited about all that. So it's quite a bit of videos. It's going to be a lot of time, but our
video editor is so busy.
Magic Mike is going to be, he's magical though. He knocks them out. So that's what I have. That's one of the biggest things I have upcoming this week is a lot of the video creation. How about you, Glenda?
Well, you guys have challenged me this past week with doing videos as well, which is something new for me, as well as coming on your podcast today. So I always say there's a first for everything. And so it was a learning curve, but you know what? I love it.
It's
absolutely
fun,
love it. So yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
but fun. My main goal for next week is generating new leads. So anybody out there listening, please give me a call. I'd be happy to sit down with you to get an understanding of what your business needs are, your challenges, and how we can help you.
And just so that everybody knows, we have so much confidence in Glenda that we went ahead and we forwarded off as you can see, scrolling across the bottom here, it says schedule a free consultation by visiting Bottleneck.Online/inquiry. That actually goes right to Glenda's page, and you can schedule a consultation there. It's the same thing. So Bottleneck.Online/Glenda is the same thing as Bottleneck.Online/inquiry. And we're going to be adding one of Glenda's new videos there at the top. But for right now, if you want to go fill out an inquiry form, you can schedule a time to meet with her, and she'd be happy to talk with you, answer any questions that you have. So we're really excited about that. And Glenda, thank you so much for taking the time today to hop on a week in review.
Thank you for having me.
With me and Sara.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and close up then. Anything else you want to say, Glenda, before we wrap?
Nope. Just thank you for having me on. And call me, contact me, fill out the inquiry form.
Yeah. And you can dial toll free 844-376-9410. That's 844-376-9410.
I'm also on LinkedIn, so please reach out.
Yep. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, we enjoyed our conversation with Glenda. Hope you did. What do you think?
I thought it was fun.
Little bit of a week in review, huh?
Yeah. I love hearing her perspective on everything and how she feels about it. And Yeah, that's refreshing.
She's a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, she's a sweetheart. Well, a couple housekeeping things here. You know what? And Sara, I didn't even tell her about this, but she's going to tell you a little bit about what we have coming up and a little bit about what we have going on. So what do we have going on?
Okay, learn how you can break the bottleneck in your business today. Thanks, Jamie J. So check us out on Bottleneck
TV. And who's coming soon?
Coming soon is Larry Olson, CEO of Apernio. What do you mean by an achievement acceleration company? I don't know, but we will find out on Tuesday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. Central.
See, you got it. Good job.
IR smart.
Oh, so you IR smart. Well, thank you again so much for tuning in. Feel free to check us out. You can go to Bottleneck.Online and learn more about us through all the social medias. We're live here on, let me see, we have a comment. Christian Valier. Really enjoyed learning more about Bottleneck and what's to come. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Over there on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for tuning in. Anything else to say before we wrap?
No, so grateful that the deep freeze in the lower Southwest Midwest is over, and things are kind of getting back to normal. I know there was a lot of infrastructure issues, and I just hope that everybody is doing well and thriving and getting back to some normalcy.
Me too. Bring it on, spring. Well, thank you again so much, everybody. Have a great day. And we'll go ahead and wrap up now. Remember, create your own ripple. Anything else you want to do to say something awe-inspiring?
No, awe-inspiring. Aw.
Have a great one.